Welcome to the first episode of Chat with Matt. Today we'll be asking the public whether the UK is in austerity. But what does austerity mean? Austerity is basically policies of government cuts to public spending in order to try and reduce budget deficit during a period of weak economic growth, like a recession. For example, cuts to youth centres and police services. So, during a downturn period, like a recession or a slump, the government will implement austerity policies, where they increase taxes and cut public spending. This shifts aggregate demand to the left as people have less disposable income due to higher taxes. In turn, this also shifts real GDP to the left. A decrease in demand for products means that businesses cannot afford to employ people, thereby leading to an increase in unemployment. Because people aren't spending, interest rates will increase to offset a decrease in spending. Okay. So do you think the UK is in an austerity?
No.
Why do you think that?
Because the word is overused. It doesn't really mean anything once you take it outside of the context.
Alright. So do you think that Brexit will affect austerity or not?
Brexit will affect a lot of things. Of course it will. Just
but
because
in a good way or what do you think? A good way?
It'll be positive and negative. There's positive and negative of everything.
What about in the short term?
In the short term, all that's going to happen is that a lot of people will say a lot of things, and the things that they say will have more of an effect than the actual Brexit itself.
What about in the long term?
In the long term, don't know. I can't see into the future.
Austerity.
Personally, yes.
Why do you think that?
Just because of the policy that I see.
Do you think the UK is in an austerity?
Certain sections, yes, not everyone.
Why do you think that?
Why? Because there's always a divide between those that have and those that have not.
Do you think that Brexit will affect us in a good and positive way or in a negative way?
I think Brexit will be a good thing in about 5 years' time. I think the next 5 years is going to be bumpy, but after that,
So in the
long term, I think it'll be better for the
And the
country.
short term,
It's just going to be a bit unsettling for people, I think, for the first 5 years. After that, I think it'll be fine.
So do you think the UK is in an austerity?
I don't know what that means.
So it's when the government reduces public spending due to the economic conditions. So when it reduces spending on the NHS or stuff like that, do you think it's reducing?
I can't say I've noticed, to be honest. I don't think so.
So do you think the UK is in an austerity?
Not really, no.
Why do you think that?
Haven't really thought about it much, actually, no.
Huh? Okay, do you think that Brexit will affect it in a good way or in a bad way?
Personally, hopefully in a good way. Myself.
Why do you think that?
I think being independent is, probably a lot better, I think, personally, yeah.
Alright. Austerity.
What does that mean?
Austerity, okay. So austerity is when the government reduces public spending due to the economic conditions.
Okay.
So do you think the UK is in an austerity?
You have to remind me what austerity is.
So when the government reduces public spending due to economic conditions, so when it reduces spending on education.
Do I think the government's doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are at the moment. Oh, yeah, because they're cutting like NHS and that sort of thing.
Yeah, alright. Do you think that Brexit will affect it?
Yes, I think it will. We don't know what's going to happen with that, so I think when that happens, it is going to affect us because obviously we're leaving the EU and things like
Yeah,
that.
of course. UK is in austerity. So austerity is when the government reduces public spending due to the economic conditions. So do you think it's reducing the spending? Okay. Do you think that Brexit will affect it? Why?
Well, obviously, it's because it has an effect on imports and exports, so not a lot of money
Yeah.
they're paying us, then obviously you're not going to spend more,
Of course.
and that's going to have an impact.
Ready?
Yeah, go on.
Alright. So do you think the UK is in austerity? Austerity is when the government reduces public spending due to economic conditions. So when it's reducing, the money the NHS is getting or the school funds and stuff like that. Do you think it's being reduced or what do you think?
I don't know, I don't really notice a difference.
How about will Brexit affect this?
Yeah,
In a bad way or in a
I think in a bad way.
very bad way? Why do you think that?
I don't know. I think we need to be in the EU personally. I don't think us leaving the EU is the right thing. I think everything's going to get more expensive. I think the NHS will leave eventually. I think we'll have to start paying. I think it will go downhill quite quickly.
Okay, so do you think the UK is in an austerity?
Actually, Miss K might have a lesson.
What do you austerity is when the government reduces public spending due to the economic conditions. When you reduce spending on the NHS or schools, you know, just an example. Do you think it's reducing, or do you think it's adding money into it? What do you think?
Reducing.
Reducing. Isn't it austerity?
Well, it's a tricky question. I think not. I think it's coming out of it now.
Why do you think?
I don't know, I've just seen things improve generally in sales, in business. I mean, we've had a bit of a dip before, you know, when everybody was worried about Brexit and things like that, but now the confidence is coming back, I think.
That's good. What do you think about unemployment?
Unemployment, I think, is still high. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in the UK and there's not enough jobs, you know.
True. Okay, do you think that Brexit will affect this? Do you think Brexit in a good way or in a bad way?
I think it's difficult to predict what's actually going to happen. I mean, I appreciate both sides. That it may affect us negatively, but it could also affect us positively, because it's going to open us up to a lot of trade with countries that we wouldn't usually trade with. But then again, there is loss of business in the single market. So I really couldn't say. I think, you know, the only difference people say, if you want to be positive about Brexit, is that before things, if we stayed, it would just stay exactly the same. But now there's a possibility for change. So, yeah.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. I'm joking. Come on, let's go.